So welcome students to the lab of speed control of DC shunt motor, and this is our DC shunt motor. As you can see that there are 6 terminals. The two terminals on the up are F1 and F2. These are the field, the shunt field, which will be connected with the armature. Here the armature connections are A1 and A2, and then these two connections are for series field. So as you know, in the compound motor, what we do is that we connect one field in series with our armature and other field will be connected in shunt with our armature. So these are the connections. Other than that, we have a variable DC power supply, and which we will be using as a fixed supply. We will be giving 100 volts. There is a rheostat as well. The rheostat has 3 terminals. We will be using the in and the variable terminal. And other than that, we will be using a voltmeter and some multimeters on the equipment. So first of all, what I am going to do is that I am going to connect the supply with the voltmeter. So here you go. Supply is going to be connected with the voltmeter. So it's simple, just connect the positive and negative to the voltmeter. Next, we want to connect our supply with the motor. So for that purpose, we also want to measure the current. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use a UT55. This is a multimeter, and I have set it to 20 amperes DC, and input will be at A and output will be at common. You can also reverse these connections if the reading is in negative. So this is what we are going to do. So very simple, just take a connection from here and connect it at the A terminal. Okay, so this is like your first connection, and the second connection. Now this is the out. Okay, so these are now connected in series, and the out will go into the series field because series field is connected with the armature and the shunt field. And I'm going to write it as IM. Okay, so you can also write it as IN, but I'm going to write it as IM, like motor input current. So IN is also a good word, a symbol for it, but I'm going to write IM. Okay, so this is your current. Next, what we want to do here is that we want to connect this series field with our armature and our shunt field. So again, connections are very simple. I'm just going to find a few wires here, so it's good. Okay, so now S2 will be connected to A1. Okay, so now these two are connected in series, and then the armature and field has to be connected in parallel or in shunt. But as we have to control the field current, so what we can do here is that we can give this out to our rheostat, and then it will come towards. So what we are going to do is that we are going to connect a rheostat in series with our field. So this is what's going to happen here is that we connect the armature or the supply coming from the field, you can say. I'm just going to keep it here. So this is your input for the rheostat. I'm going to use a smaller wire. I want to use a smaller wire for this because this wire is very long. So a short wire will do. I'm just going to take this one out. I'm going to take a shorter wire now. So here you go. So now the current is going in the rheostat, okay, and from the rheostat it will come back to the field. And for this purpose I will be using a yellow wire. So, okay, I will prefer a yellow wire so you know that now this is actually the field current. So there you go. So now the connections, how are they? That the connection first, like this connection went here, and then from here it goes all the way to the rheostat, and from rheostat it's coming to the field F1. So the yellow wire is actually your field input. Next, we want to connect the negatives or the common. So just connect them in common and take the connection all the way to the, okay, so I'm just going to change my position. Okay, so this connection is now connected here. So now this completes the circuit. Next, what we want is that we want some readings. So for the armature I want to connect a voltmeter. For the field I want to connect a voltmeter, and then also I want to connect a ammeter as well. So for the armature, first of all I'm going to take a multimeter, and again this is UT55, and we will set it on 200 DC. Okay, so armature has a larger drop, so it's 200 DC, and I'm going to name it as V drop A. Okay, so this is VDA, which means that the voltage drop of the armature. So again the connections are very simple. Just connect the armature. This is the positive, okay, and the other connection, here you go, this is the negative, and there you go. So this is your voltage for the voltage drop for the armature. This is VDA. Okay, so this one will be the second number multimeter. So from this you will at least recognize them. So I'm just going to calibrate them a bit so you know that. I will also remind you when we write the reading. So this is the input current, this is the drop of the armature. Next we want to connect the multimeter. Again there is another multimeter which I am going to connect to the field, and I will set it to 20, or we will go towards lower, like you can also connect it to 2, because the voltage drop will be very less. So I am going to name it as VDF. So now this is the actually the drop of the field. So this is VDF. Okay. So now let's connect them. So again I want to use a yellow wire. I'm just going to find a yellow wire. I got it. So now this will remind you that this is the field. Okay, so now this is V, and then we also need a common as well. So this is the common. Okay, so I think we need a larger wire, a longer one. So I'm going to connect two wires together. I'm going to connect these two wires because I don't have a longer wire at the moment. So this will be your VDF, and this will be your third number meter. So let me just set these properly so you can get proper readings. Okay, so I hope, let me check that if these are visible. Yes, all the 3 meters are visible. Next I want to also measure the current of the like this wire here. just clear these wires. So this is the wire which is coming to the uh, to my field. So I just want to measure it. So this time I'll be using a clamp meter, and this is something new, and this is a so this is a clamp meter, and it is UT 203 Unity UT 203, and it's a very famous, like a very commonly used. So like it has ranges 400 amperes AC DC, 40 amperes AC DC, hertz for the frequency, continuity, resistance, and voltage AC DC. And then these are for voltage and resistance, and the clamp is for the current. So I'm going to set it to 40 amperes AC DC, and then again, now this will give you some value. Now you can see that this is on the DC. You can also, like, you click it, and then now it's AC. You click it again, it is DC, and then the this is the calibration. Okay, so and then this is the hold. So let's set it here. Like, this is the wire, and just set the clamp here, and this will give you the reading for the current. Now we are going to remove this. Okay, so this will be your field current, and let me just put it somewhere around here so you can see it. So I can't find some good space, so let's see if I can put it here. Okay, no, it's not a good idea. So okay, I'm going to adjust it somewhere. So let me adjust it, just give me a few moments. Okay, so I have set it here somehow, so it will show you a value of the current of the field. Okay, so again, let's start the experiment, and for the speed measurement we have the tachometer. Through this tachometer we will measure the speed of our motor, and let's turn on the supply first. What I have done here is that I have set the resistance on the maximum. Okay, so I have like turned it clockwise for the maximum, and let's turn on these meters. So supply is on 0, so we'll just increase it one by one, like. Okay, so the IM, the input current, is 2.22, and then you can see this is the voltage drop of the armature, and this is the voltage drop of the field, and this is your current. Now there are a few things, like this is giving us a negative reading. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to change the terminals. I hope that, yes, so I'm going to swap these terminals, so it gives us a positive reading. Furthermore, the range of the field voltage, I set it to 2, but now as you can see that voltage is more than 2, so I have set it to 20. So these are a few iterations, and let's start the experiment. again the IM is also giving us a negative reading, so we have to swap these terminals. So there you go. So again the voltage is 0. Let's turn it on. So the input is set on 100, like 90 volts, sorry, just below 100. The input current is 2.181917, and the voltage drop is of the armature is 81.4. So it's not so you can see now the voltage drop of the field is 2.4 to 2.7, and then the current here is like 0.07 to 0.09. So it's a variable reading, but you can see that there is a reading over here. So let's increase the resistance and decrease the resistance, and let's see what is the effect on the speed. So first of all we will find the speed. So the speed is around 1967.2, and let's now decrease the resistance and see what is the effect. So now you can see that when we decrease the resistance, so the speed has increased to 199.8, and along with that you can see the difference in the voltage drop of the field and then the current as well. So now the current also has a difference. So next let's again decrease the resistance, and let's see what is the value of the voltage and the current. So now here you can see that now the speed has jumped up to 2008, and then there are different readings for the current, the voltage drop of armature and voltage drop of the field. And also you can see that there is a reduction in the field current. So field current is reducing. So let's decrease once more the resistance. So again you can see here the speed has now jumped up to 2020, and then the currents can be seen, the currents and voltages can be seen here. Let's again decrease it. now the speed has gone up to 20-30, and then you can see the currents and the voltage. So this was all about the experiment, and you saw that when we decrease the resistance, so what happened, that the speed increased. So by decreasing the resistance, what happens, that the current through the rheostat starts flowing, or the more current starts flowing through the rheostat. So it means now that the less current is flowing through the field, or this is the field. So again, the field current was not that much, but again there is a like the reading was not that much, but still there is a difference, like it is decreasing, is just understood. And with the decrease in the field current, what happens, that the flux or the field decreases. So as the flux decreases, the speed increases. So that's all about the experiment, and see you next time.